plan is to make this about a 3/4 acre size pond. Hey folks, it's Brian here, the land guy. We're actually headed out to a site right now where we are going to be looking over our next pond projects that we're going to be building. And this pond here is not only getting a rebuild or a refresh, but it's going to be actually enlarged. Probably almost double the size, if not a little bit bigger. Now this pond is having some issues, and we're going to be talking about some of those issues, but it is on the small side, and the landowner has done what he could to try to revamp it, but it's just not working. So he's actually called the land guy. He found me on YouTube, and he's not too far from my location, so I've already went out, looked at it. This property is pretty nice too. It's a premium property, and this pond is not too far from his house. And he's wanting it for the aesthetics purposes, but also to increase his property value and the enjoyment. He's got a young family, and his kids are looking forward to having a fishing pond that they can walk right out their door to their house and enjoy for years to come. So hang out with us for the next few minutes. I'll be going over what we're going to be doing, how we're going to revamp this, how we're going to rebuild it and enlarge it and make it better than what it currently is right now. All right, here we go. We are almost there right now. All right, we are here, but before we walk out to the pond site, I got to show you my new friend. Meet Mr. Gorilla. Isn't he adorable? It's a good thing he's not alive, or he'd probably bite me. Anyway, let's go ahead and walk on out here to this pond location, and we'll talk a little bit about what our plan is. Now, as you can see, we are right outside their home, and they want something that they can enjoy. And what they have currently here is nothing but a hole in the ground and an eyesore. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we get out here. It's just not very pretty, not very appealing. Because when you have a beautiful property that's manicured and taken care of, you want something that you can look out from your beautiful home and enjoy. And that's not what they're getting here. Now, they bought this place a few years ago, and this had a little bit of a pond. He came out here with a skid loader. He played around with it, messing around to try to get it to hold water. It just would not hold. And it's very evident the reasons why. You look at this material, and it is a very, very rocky material. There is a little bit of clay in it, but the rocks outnumber the clay. Now, you can build a pond with rocks, but you got to have more clay consistency than you do rocks. But here at this property, that's a different story. They have a beautiful tree house up here that overlooks, and this thing is awesome. I understand it even had a wood stove in it by the previous owners. But what the plan is they want to expand this. The owner talked a little bit about maybe having a bunch of clay hauled in here and lining this, but they really wanted something that was more bigger and more appealing. Well, that's exactly what they're going to be getting in the next few weeks. So we're going to be out here starting next week. By coming in here, we're going to be doing some clearing. We've got almost an acre of timber that we're going to be laying these trees down, getting those out of here so that we can get this pond expanded. Right now, this pond may be about 1/8 of an acre. It would be pushing 1/4, but the plan is to make this about a 3/4 acre size pond. Now that water level is going to be coming up here into this area right here above this tree house. They had a zip line on here that went across the pond. And he knew that when I was going to be in here working and rebuilding this pond, that he had to take the zip line out. But yeah, look at that cable there. It went right across there to the other side. And you can see the chimney up there. It has a little loft. I thought this thing was super, super cool. But that's not the reason I'm making this video. We're out here to work on this pond, not to admire the treehouse. My kids would love to have something like that when they were younger. But that pond water level, the way I have it proposed, we're going to be increasing this size to almost 3/4 of an acre. It's going to be coming around here, going this way, and you can see where this ribbon is laid out through the woods. That is going to be where the new planned pond dam is going to be located. And you can tell it goes down through this valley, and the pond dam is going to be super tall down here in this area. But all of this is going to be cleared, and it's going to be all excavated. And we're going to use all this material here to build the pond dam. Now, I know what you're saying, and I know what you're thinking. Brian, that'll never hold water. You're probably right. This material here is just not really suitable to hold pond water. But what we're going to be doing is, after this pond is constructed and we're going to build a keyway in the core trench, we're going to do it properly, just like what we would do any other pond that we want to hold water. But we went a step further. The landowner has a source for some really, really good clay. And it's only a stone's throw away from this property. It was when I get this pond dam, or this pond location, all complete, all compacted and rolled in and built properly, then we're going to be exporting 1,000 to 1,500 cubic yards of clay to this pond site. And we're going to be lining the whole pond basin and the pond dam completely with this clay in compacted lifts. That's the plan. I think we have a really good chance of getting this thing to hold water if we had good clay to work with. I know that sounds like a lot of clay, but if you're going to line it thick and you want it to hold, it's going to take a lot of clay. Now, the owner has checked into a pond liner, and we've checked into bentonite, and bentonite is like $264 a ton to get it shipped up here to our location here in Southwest Missouri. That's a lot of money, and that's not even coming out here and getting it tilled in and broke into the soil. I think the thing to do is to get some of that good clay that the owner found, come out here and get this thing lined in. But yeah, that pond dam's going to stretch from there all the way up into here. Let's walk up here in this area so you can kind of see it from this perspective. But that water level is going to be coming right through here. There's the house there. Going to be coming right through here. And it's going to be tied in up in here where you see this tape that's laid out here. So that pond dam is going to stretch from up here all the way through the woods, back up into there, and then all of this is the new proposed location for the water. Now, I know the next question you guys are asking. You've asked, and you've probably been talking, oh, that's not going to hold. So we've got clay that we're going to be sourcing and bringing in here and getting this thing completely lined. But the next question you're probably asking, Brian, that doesn't look like this property has enough watershed. And you're exactly right. That is a very good question and a concern. Because yeah, there's not a whole lot of watershed. But the landowner has another plan. So yeah, you've got watershed from the yard. that's going to run down there. He's going to be tying in his gutter system from his house, and it's going to be all running down there. But the next thing is this landowner has this. That well, and what I understand, they called the well company that put this in, and this thing has an unbelievable amount of water capabilities out of this well to help source the pond that's going to be right over there. So I feel a little bit more better about this pond location due to the fact that they have a well that they want to use to help feed this pond. Now, if we're building the pond the size that we're talking about, it's going to take quite a bit of water. It's going to take quite a bit of watershed. And what we have here, I'm guessing, just from the house and the roof and this ground and this area that flows into there may be 4 to 5 acres, possibly, that can help feed this pond. But they need another source, and that well, I think, is going to work. Now over here, oh yes, and they have wildlife abundant out here, and they love getting in this thing and watching the wildlife. That's why you see that clover that's planted in there. But over here, he spoke with me a little bit about this area here that drains water from this side of the house down through here. And the other plan that we had was possibly he can build him a small little retention area in here to catch any water that runs this direction. And then from this location, he can dig a underground piping system to catch what water comes here and drains it to the pond. That's another idea to help catch some water. But that's not what I'm going to be doing. He did talk about possibly doing that at a later time. Our main focus is getting this pond constructed, rehabbed, and enlarged the way it needs to be done. And make sure that we do it properly. That way they can not only enjoy it, but they can come out here and they can fish, and they can come out here and hang out. It's going to take quite a bit of material to build this pond dam and to be able to put nice slopes on this side and on the other side. And if we have any extra material left over, I think what I'd like to do, and they were all for it, is to maybe build a little peninsula going out into the water here, maybe 10 to 15 foot. That's if I have enough material. But shooting grade out here, that pond dam is probably going to be up in the air every bit of probably 15 to 16 foot high. So that's going to take a lot of material, especially if you're building it from there, circling all the way around to there. So now you can see why I'm so excited about this next project. We're going to be starting next week with a track loader coming in here, getting this cleared, knocked down. The landowners are going to be burning brush piles, and they're going to start this pond process next. So if you hang tight with us over the next few weeks, I'll be putting videos out of our process and what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I hope that you enjoy it. Make sure you leave us a comment and give us a thumbs up on this video. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are concerning this pond build location. I know personally it's not the ideal location, but if we're going to be sourcing some good clay to bring in here and line it, and he has a well that he's going to be able to help feed it, and then build some extra water carrying measures as far as in getting more water to the pond, I think it's very doable. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and we appreciate you being here and appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next land video. Bye-bye.
Need it cleared, need it flat. The land guy's got your back. Dirt roads, ponds, done with pride. Call him up, he's on your side. The land